Chapter 23. Spurious Waves of Love. Love and goodwill, if it's just a thought without action, is no different from you imagining taking food to feed a stray dog. And you imagine that it must be happy eating the food you give it. But you are still lying at home. The stray dog hasn't eaten your food. Do you think love energy will arise? He explained and asked. Yes, it will. I have love, you know, I replied. Are you sure you truly feel joy or rapture? Have you ever done good without intending to? Sometimes because you truly know they are in trouble, because you are sure they really need help, and you decide to help them without thinking. Is that feeling different from what you imagine? He asked. I think it's different, I replied vaguely. If that's the case, then the religious teachers who teach us to frequently radiate loving kindness, it has no effect on the world at all, I asked. If you're talking about energy effects, then certainly not. You've already witnessed that it doesn't. But if it's about making you feel good, about giving your religion something to do, because they rarely have the opportunity to face conditions that require action, because they are busy isolating themselves, far from the world, far from society, but it's still better than letting life be empty and meaningless. Don't you think? He added. Wow, you make it sound so bad. Is there no benefit at all? I asked. For me, besides having no benefit, it even causes harm, he said. Harm how? I asked curiously. Harm caused by teaching the wrong things, making people cling to the wrong things. It's like you opening a cooking school. You have many students who come to learn from you. You have your own signature recipes. The students trust you and dedicate their lives to learning your recipes. But the truth is, the recipes you give them have no nutritional value at all. And the students don't know this, and neither do you, the teacher. All the students who graduate still cook those dishes to feed their loved ones, and they even teach others to cook the same recipes. Do you think this action is beneficial or harmful? He asked. Harmful. Even if you know that it's useless, these recipes have already been spread. People have taught them to others. People have been misled into believing that they are beneficial. What will you do in this case? He continued to ask. I'll tell them that they are useless, I replied. Try telling that to the people who already believe in this, and see how they react to you, Foch said, in a tone that suggested he didn't believe I could correct this misunderstanding. Why do you say that? I asked. Beliefs, especially religious beliefs, are the hardest things to correct, because it's a clanging that people are unaware they are doing, because it's clinging to individuals instead of clinging to the truth, he explained. Oh, are you saying that the Buddha taught the wrong thing about radiating loving kindness? I began to suspect. How do you know that the Buddha taught that? He asked. Well, it's recorded in the Tipitaka, I replied. Did the Buddha write the Tipitaka with his own hand? He continued. As far as I know, he didn't write it himself. It was probably written after he passed away, I replied. Then how can you be sure that the information they recorded is accurate, especially when the recording comes from intense faith in an individual, from customs and traditions, from the values prevalent in society at that time, from old beliefs that were already held? He elaborated. What do you mean? The more you explain, the less I understand. I asked because this contradicted my feelings. You can think of it this way. If you were the Buddha and you had to write your own biography, starting from your birth, do you think you would write that you were born and lotus? Flowers sprang up to support your feet, allowing you to take 7 steps? He asked. I really don't know about that, I replied. I can answer for the Buddha that there's no way he would write that. Do you know why? He emphasized. Why? I asked back. Because the Buddha is known as the Enlightened One. He knew who he was, where he came from, and he also knew who everyone on earth is and where they came from. So, he would never write anything that made himself seem special or right, anything that made people feel inferior to him. He answered, "Then why are there such records? Does that mean those records are wrong?" I asked. "What do you think?" he asked. I've also wondered how a newborn baby could walk immediately after being born from its mother's womb, and whether lotus flowers could really spring up from dry ground," I commented. "Whether it's true or not, let's set that aside for now. Just consider whether, if you were the Buddha, you would allow anyone to record your biography that way, knowing that we are all equal, that we all have the same spiritual parents, that we are all like brothers and sisters, and that we should not create class divisions. Then what causes these errors?" I continued to ask. "It's as I told you. The people who wrote these biographies had great faith in your Buddha, so much so that they wanted to elevate him to someone superhuman, to create praise and adoration. These feelings often arise from the values or social customs of that time. And most importantly, these records are often mixed with old beliefs that are the roots of your original culture. The idea of trying to turn people into gods through superficial miracles, instead of focusing on the miracle of wisdom. Even though the Buddha clearly had the miracle of wisdom, there's no need to wrap him in these superficial miracles," he further explained. "I don't know how true everything you've said is," I said, "but it makes me feel like everything we cling to, especially the recorded teachings, may need to be re-examined. This is just the beginning, and we can already analyze so much. What about the rest? What will it be like? I told you before, only a few % of the truth will remain after it has passed through time and been embellished by human thought," he reiterated. "I'm starting to feel unsure about many things. What is true? What is false? I'm starting to get confused." I expressed my feelings. "Don't worry. I will gradually take you to see some things that few people have the opportunity to see. I will guide you through every nook and cranny of this world myself," he said with a sincerity that I could feel. "Thank you very much for your kindness," I replied. "Shall we continue?" He invited. "Yes, let's go." After speaking, he immediately led me into the emerald green matter in front of us. Once inside, I didn't feel any density or obstruction. On the contrary, it felt light and open, like entering outer space. But a green space with the shimmering sparkle of something indescribable. "Why do I feel so light and open like this?" I asked while traveling through the oxygen mass. "Because you have become one with it," he replied. "One with it how?" I asked. "It's like a fish that feels one with the water. It breathes in the water, it lives in the water, so it doesn't feel separate from the water. It barely even feels that it's in the water," he explained. "Is it related?" I asked. "If you are not one with it, like when you used to breathe air and suddenly jumped into water. You can't breathe in the water, so you will feel uncomfortable because you are a foreign object there. And at this time, which is a time when you are only a mind, you have no physical limitations. Oneness therefore occurs easily. You just have to not cling to anything as real, and you will be free. The mind, by its nature, has no limitations, no shape. What appears to you, such as my shape, your shape, is merely a creation of the mind," he explained. "Right now, I think I only understand about half of what you've said. I don't know if you explain poorly or if I have difficulty understanding," I said apologetically. "It's all right. This knowledge is not essential. Just listen and let it pass. Don't use it as a measure of anything in yourself. One day, you will understand everything clearly on your own. And on that day, you will realize that nothing is substantial. Everything is just as it is, he concluded, which made me feel better. Soon, Foch brought me to a place that was unlike any we had been to before. Behind me was still the emerald green matter, but what was in front of me? I didn't know how to describe its characteristics.